A lot of folks at First United Methodist Church get an email on Wednesdays. The email covers the scripture that we'll be preaching on the next Sunday. And this one's the crazy one. Bothers people a lot when they read this style. So let me change the conversation for a minute, could you? Back in the 1940s, after a really ugly scenario for Britain, C.S. Lewis, an author from that land, decided to use fantasy to pass his message. We don't happen to believe that there was a lion or a witch or a wardrobe that passed into a strange land called Narnia, but it's a great story, and it does have an awful lot of positive messages within that series. It was called the Chronicles of Narnia, right? So, back in Jesus' time, a common style of writing, a common style of speaking was apocalyptic. And so in Mark chapter 13, verses 24 through 37, you get this really weird stuff about the coming of the Son. But there are several themes I want you to just look for when you read the scripture if you do. One is, God knows times like that, not you. Another one is, stay awake. It's our job to stay awake and keep working, not standing around trying to date when things will fall apart. And more importantly, that when apocalyptic was put out, it was always an argument that even when there is zero hope, there's still hope. Even if it's beyond the edge of time, there is still hope. The argument was, hope cannot die. Can't. And so in the worst of times, and I think this is the time that Jesus was speaking into, was one of the worst times you can imagine in history. The argument of the style he used, and it was just a style, was to say, hope won't die. But within that, you see his message. God has that kind of timing. Don't bother with that. Stay awake, keep alert, do your job of being. Love first.